rap.
Your review, I'm gonna react to Meek Mill versus Safaree. They was beefing. Basically, they was beefing over Nicki Minaj. Basically, so let's react to it.
Start over a chick.
Well, yeah, that's kind of what happened with Philly's own Meek Mill and Safaree from Brooklyn. Safaree had a long-term relationship with Nicki Minaj, and they both started off their rap careers in the group The Hood Stars along with the rappers 7up and Blue Star. Safaree and Nicki were a couple for over a decade before separating in 2014.
Yeah, couple for mad long, bro. Safaree was there before even Nicki went like, popular and shit. When she went pop and all that shit, you know what I'm saying? How Safaree was there before, like, Safaree was there when Nicki got her, got her body done, bro. Safaree, my bad. Safaree says was jacking like that. He write Nicki Minaj's, like, raps and shit, bro. Do y'all agree? Do y'all agree? Let me know. Do y'all agree like that this nigga Safaree writes Nicki's rap? Let me know down below, bro.
After the group disbanded, Safaree focused on helping with her solo career, letting her shine and become one of the biggest female rappers of all time. Shortly after they parted ways, Meek Mill and Nicki Minaj got together. Allegedly, Meek Mill played a part in the breakup of Safaree and Nicki, which I'll be getting into shortly. But essentially, Meek jumped in and took his place as Nicki's man, and the drama was on. In June 2015, Safaree released the track Love the Most, featuring Marcus Anthony, which had Safaree venting his frustrations about the relationship. He also alludes to Meek being involved in their breakup with the lines, "Inside, I was feeling like a mother effing fool. Life revolves around a chick. Show me a man that won't cheat. Said I was overreacting, but you did like. Said I was overreacting, guess you did like." The last two lines are repeated for emphasis and left without a name being stated, but considering how Meek got with Nicki so quickly after being with Safaree, on top of the fact that Meek would rhyme with cheat, it probably seems obvious that these lines were implying that he had a hunch about the whole Meek situation. In July, Meek and Drake were beefing as well, which also became a huge thing and one of the biggest rap beefs at the time. For more,
Meek was taking mad L's, bro. Drake violated him with that track back to back, bro. Meek couldn't come back from that.
Details on that beef, check out the previous video. Safaree then released a diss track titled Lifeline. The track features several lines aimed at Meek Mill and Nicki Minaj for their newfound relationship. He starts off with the line, "You dream about Drake numbers in your nightmares," which is a reference to the Meek and Drake beef and how Drake is the much higher selling artist of the two, as well as a reference to Meek's debut album. He continues on throwing darts at Meek, like this in his appearance, by saying he looks like a gorilla, and his relationship with Nicki with lines like, "I'm going up, that's an incline. If she leave you, you go in decline." Which is essentially Safaree stating that he's going to be more famous now that he's not with Nicki anymore, having her be in a spotlight, while if she were to leave Meek, then Meek would no longer be as famous. At this point in Meek's career, he was at the height of his success.
I mean, Meek is still relevant, bro. After his breakup with, after his breakup with Nicki, like Meek was still valid, bro. Like that ass, bro. Meek was still valid after his breakup with Nicki. So yeah.
Both due to his second album, Dreams Worth More Than Money, which did quite well and topped the charts, as well as his newfound relationship with Nicki and being on her Pink Print tour, which did great in sales. Not to mention, he probably got at least a few new fans for a while that were introduced to him through his relationship with Nicki Minaj and the songs they did together, like the hit single All Eyes on You, which also features Chris Brown and was included on Dreams Worth More Than Money. Shortly after this, Meek responded to Drake's diss tracks Charged Up and Back to Back with his own diss track, Wanna Know, which took aim at Safaree with the second verse. The lines, "Heard that other nigga talking, we ain't get back yet, let's keep it short nigga, you ain't get your chick back yet, and now she rocking with the chaser, and now you missed that check. You went from Clearport to Boarding Pass, you missed that jet," are a reference to how Safaree is no longer with her, and how he's probably missing the lifestyle he used to have because of her fame and fortune. also essentially implying that Safaree isn't worth his time, as he already has his ex-girlfriend, and Drake is more of a worthy opponent. Safaree and Nicki Minaj at this point had also been going back and forth on social media about their breakup and other things that had happened in their relationship. Several tweets were sent back and forth as well as
This nigga Safaree was twerking, man. I always thought you was gay. Nah, bro.
made in interviews that would go on for a few years between the two. Nicki Minaj even sent a subliminal diss to him during a concert talking about someone who claimed they wrote her raps. This surely only added more fuel to the fire that was Safaree and Meek Mill. Then in May 2016, Nicki Minaj announced on Twitter that she was served with a lawsuit. Safaree was suing her for money owed to him for his alleged writing on her albums. This would lead Nicki to send out several more tweets regarding the situation, dissing Safaree for the lawsuit. Then a few months later in September, Game started beefing with Meek Mill as well, as he dropped a diss track titled 92 Bars, which was featured on the album 1992, released a month later, and he also dropped Pest Control, which used the beat from Young M.A.'s hit single, Ooh, and features a reference to
That Game and Meek Mill beef was different, bro. Like, it was dropped. Meek Mill only dropped one this song, and I don't even think it was his song. I don't believe so. I don't know. I gotta check. Hold on. On my other phone. Okay. Oh yeah, it was a song. He only dropped one diss song towards the game, but he featured mad other Philly rappers, bro, like Beanie Siegel, O'Malley, all the other rappers to violate Game. Game violated him, and not just him, but those other people that Meek Mill featured in.
Safaree and Meek's beef with the lines, "Now tell the world how you got your chick. You FaceTime Nicki while Safaree was effing a chick." This probably came across as a pretty wild accusation at the time, but Safaree would actually back the Game up in this situation by basically confirming that it was true. So yes, Meek did play a big role in Safaree and Nicki breaking up, and used that to his advantage to get with Nicki, who is someone that he had wanted to be with for a few years already at that point. Back in 2010 on the track Miss Me from Meek's Mr. Philadelphia mixtape, he has the lines, "I love Nicki Minaj, I swear y'all, I admit it. I hope one day I can F her just to say I effing hit it. And girl, I'm effing serious. I lick it before I stick it. If you ever hear this verse, I'm on your top just like a fitted." And he also has a tweet from back then too, where he stated that he wanted to get her pregnant. So yeah, it's pretty clear that Meek was feeling Nicki Minaj for a while, and it comes across like he was plotting on this. The beef between Game and Meek was now ongoing, along with the beef between Safaree and Meek, and Drake and Meek. So around this time,
Meek was beefing with Drake, Safaree, and Game. All three niggas violating you, bro. Violating Meek, bro.
Meek was definitely in the midst of some drama. In January 2017, it was announced that Meek and Nicki Minaj had broken up. However, Safaree still had his individual problems with both of them, and Meek and Nicki now would have their own issues. Then in February, Safaree released a track titled All That, which has been labeled as a Meek Mill and Nicki Minaj diss by some. But listening to the song, it doesn't sound like a diss to them, however, as several lines can easily be interpreted as shots at T.I. actually, or other artists. Then in June 2017, the beef between Meek and Safaree got physical, as Safaree got swung on, allegedly by Dream Chasers, while they were in LA for the BET Awards.
Nah, Meek lined him, bro. Meek lined him, bro. I ain't gonna lie, he lined him.
Video footage was seen of him standing on the sidewalk, Meek Mill getting out of a car nearby, and then some men start chasing Safaree across the street. another man jumps in to help Safaree, but it appeared that Safaree had run off. He appeared on Complex's Everyday Struggle later on and broke down exactly what happened at the time leading up to the jumping and his perspective.
Whole situation happened. We know, of course, you got on Instagram, blah blah, but
I never really explained it, you know. And this is gonna be my first time even talking about it because I never really explained the situation. I was sitting in a car. It was a new Rolls Royce Dawn, sitting there in valet waiting. And the funny thing is, I was waiting for my security. And that's the crazy thing.
And the crazy thing, we were waiting for our security.
I was waiting for my security, and I seen this dude, whatever. He seen me. I said what up to him, and then I got out to holler at him. I probably was standing outside for 30 seconds, right?
Time out. Who is this dude that you got out of the Dawn to speak to
DJ
for 30
Self?
seconds?
No, Self pulled up after. As a matter of fact, it was a camera dude who I knew. It was like a camera dude, and I wanted to talk to him about some other shit, right?
You could roll the window down and talk down.
So his criticism was that you were
No, I want to hear
outside
the
for
story
too
before you give
long.
my criticism. Let's
All right,
hear
so
it.
look, boom, outside, probably like 30 seconds, and then Self pulls up. He was in a car. He was with some other people. When he saw me, he got out of the car, and I think he was with Dream Dog, and she went up to go change. She was changing her clothes in the car.
Of course, he was with Dream Dog.
So then, me and him was talking. I probably was outside for no more than a minute. Then, boom, I just felt like that shit just happened in the back of my head.
Meek Mill wasn't physically involved in the altercation and would deny any involvement in the men jumping Safaree. Fortunately, things didn't escalate any further from there. The social media jabs and all that continued for a little while though, like Safaree going off on IG Live about Meek Mill shortly after the jumping, saying that he'd be willing to fight Meek one-on-one.
I hopped out the whip, saw Meek, he hopped out, then I just got snuck. Niggas jumped me, whole bunch of niggas. Meek, you are the biggest pussy on this planet. You saw me, you ain't do shit, you had your niggas jump me, one-on-one, you can't fuck with me, so that's why you had to do that. Y'all niggas jump me, niggas call me from the back, niggas call me from the side, all that. All white, I'm still clean and I still got all my shit on. But my nigga, the way you move like a bitch. You act like you the hardest nigga on this planet. You are not hard, my nigga. You roll 20 deep everywhere because you're scared to death. You a bitch, period. On some real shit. Nigga, meet me anywhere one-on-one out here while you out here this weekend being scared because you still running from the fucking game and let me know what's up, you bitch ass nigga.
Over a year later, in December 2018, Safaree stated that he was ready to move on from the beef. Considering they started beefing over a woman that neither of them were with anymore, as she herself moved on from Meek too and got married and has a child now, it's nice to see them all put the beef behind them. By that point, Meek had reconciled with Drake as well as The Game also. This beef was then dead too, which is interesting considering that at this point, Meek and Nicki were no longer together and that was the cause of the beef, but it still continued on for a while after the breakup. This beef was a bit of a shorter one with less diss tracks going back and forth between the two, but it was also one that you could say was overshadowed due to the bigger beefs going on around the time, like Nicki Minaj beefing with Remy Ma and Meek Mill beefing with Drake, both of which have also been covered on the channel, so check those videos out for more details on those situations. The two went on to continue making music, and Safaree didn't have big albums or anything, but he has had a career on the reality TV show.
He was loving hip hop though.
Loving hip hop for some years now, which seems to be working well for him. What do you think about this? Is Meek Mill a snitch to you? Did he do the right thing by informing Nicki Minaj in order to get with her? Is all really fair in love and war? Leave your thoughts on the beef in the comment section below. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Click the thumbs up button to like the video. Join the Discord server with the link below.
Beefing over a girl is mad corny, bro. It's wild corny, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like, beefing over a girl, it's not even that. I mean, like, yeah, beefing over a girl is wild corny, bro. Like, and plus, like, Safaree and Meek, when they had, I mean, when they had when they seen each other and all that shit, like, it wasn't even like Safaree got jumped and shit. And Safaree got lined. Meek did got him lined. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, but hey, they moved on, bro. Like, Safaree, got with Erica. Him and Erica went out, but I think Safaree and her broke up. Meek Mill, like, he moved on with his life, and Nicki moved on with Kenneth Petty, with her man's Kenneth Petty. So yeah, bro. This didn't affect anybody's career, bro. It didn't affect Meek's career. It didn't affect Meek's career. It didn't affect Nicki or Safaree. All right. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Y'all little vibes. WavyOcho checking out. You are.